thank you for having us here today. And I don't know if you know that today, January 7th, is National Opt-Out Day. So I reside in Ridgewood, New Jersey, where my 12-year-old and 15-year-old sons attend the public schools. I'm a 28-year veteran educator of the New York City Department of Education. I'm currently serving in my 14th year as the principal of Edward A. Reynolds Westside High School. I put my pedigree down here so that you can learn that I'm not some yahoo who just is here talking crazy, but that I actually have many years of experience and a pretty good reputation in the New York City Department of Education. And I did attend Teachers College. Professor Strickland, I believe you were there. So I did not have the pleasure of being in your class. I've done extensive training on Common Core implementation with New York City Department of Education, with Phil McCallum and Phil Darrow, both of whom were instrumental in writing the Common Core. My school participates in the Transfer School Common Core Institute. A transfer school is an alternative high school that works with students who have been left behind and failed in their previous schools. So we have a very good reputation in doing that, and I'm frequently asked to present workshops on the work that we do at our school. I'm one of 29 Healthy School ambassadors with the Alliance for Healthier Generation, and my school is one of 6 in the country out of 22,000 to be awarded gold recognition for our comprehensive health and wellness work. But I'm here not to talk about that. I'm here to talk about why my sons and I took the day off from school and work to speak with you. I'm going to talk with you about why my children and I opt out of high-stakes testing, and my son Zach's testimony, which he's not sure he wants to give anymore, is about his experience opting out last year. But why we opt out is this. The first reason, No Child Left Behind, the NCLB waiver, and Race to the Top, known as school reform, are weakening the infrastructure of our public schools across the nation. School reform requires an increase in the number of charter schools, and it requires what I call the trifecta of school reform: the implementation of the Common Core, participation in PARCC and Smarter Balance testing, and teacher evaluation that includes the use of test scores to determine teacher effectiveness. The trifecta creates a false narrative of school failure in public schools nationally in order to creatively disrupt the existing system of public schooling. The theory at work here is that great schools will rise to the top and low-performing schools will be closed or replaced with charter schools. Test-driven accountability has been a miserable failure, as our past 12 years under NCLB have shown us. It didn't work then, and it isn't working now. Race to the Top and the waiver simply ask us to do more of the same, but with harsher sanctions. Stack ranking, as it's called in the business world, requires employers to fire the employees that rank in the bottom 10%. Jack Welch and Bill Gates used this strategy, but Microsoft's newest CEO has halted the practice because Microsoft has fallen behind because it's been competing internally as opposed to externally. The governor in New York State is looking to increase the percentage of test scores that will count in teacher effectiveness in order to reach 10%, because only 1% of the teachers were rated ineffective last year. New Jersey is following New York State in its every move, and it's a shame. Profiteering charter school management organizations provide an opportunity and incentive for outsourcing of our public schools to private entities. The flaw in the logic of current school reform efforts is that actually, contrary to their belief, poverty does matter. Almost 25% of the children in the United States live in poverty. When we factor out the test scores of the children who live in poverty, we see that New Jersey actually is number 6 in the world, according to the scores of the last administration of the Peace Act. Politicians would like us to believe poverty doesn't matter. To end poverty would require extraordinary courage, radical change, and elected officials would have to care more about their constituents than they do about re-election. I opt my children out of high-stakes tests and organize parents across the state and the country to opt out because our children and the required test scores will not be used in the service of creative disruption. Children need consistency. Chaotic settings stress all children, but they're particularly detrimental to the children who live in poverty. This approach to school reform is harmful, and we as parents refuse to allow our children to be harmed in this way. Our act of civil disobedience serves as our demand for a seat at the table of education policy and decision-making. It's our right as citizens in a democracy to help chart the course of our public schools. We serve as a check and a balance to the philanthropists and their campaign contributions. Our voices must and will be heard. So as Margaret Mead said, I have a lot of testimony here that I missed, but as she said, never doubt that a small group of committed citizens or a large group of angry parents can change the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.